Welcome to Local Life and Listings, where we talk life and community here in beautiful San Juan County. We are proud Coldwell Banker Realtors, and each week we'll dive into real stories of living well, buying smart, and building strong roots right here in the Four Corners. From local business spotlights to real estate insights and shaping our community, this is your space to learn, laugh, and live well with Coldwell. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's start the conversation.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
All right, well, welcome everybody to this week's episode. This is our first episode of Local Life and Listings. This week we're going to be starting off the show with some introductions, introducing ourselves, letting you get to know us a little bit, and then we're going to dive into how Local Life and Listings become and what the idea behind it is. So let's get started.
Before we get started, we want to thank Performance Arc Personal Training in Farmington, New Mexico, as well as Nutrimills, who provide delicious, nutritious, and fun meals for everyday living.
All right, well, with that, let's get started. I'm Danielle Spelbring. I'm going to start out the introductions. I have been a real estate agent here in Farmington, New Mexico for almost 2 years. I'm a mom, a wife, and a contractor's daughter. So that's kind of what I specialize in. I've always really fell in love with watching homes come from full circle, from dirt to something people enjoy coming home to. So I really try and focus on people who are transitioning into that stage of life. So yeah.
All right. So I guess it's my turn. I'm Danielle McCulloch. I have lived in San Juan County for coming up on like 25 years. I was actually born in Arizona. I've been in real estate for just about 8 years with Coldwell the entirety of the time. I work with buyers and sellers. I also specialize in relocations. I really do love bringing people into our community. And I love when I get people who know nothing about San Juan County. They're like, what is this place? What is there to do? And I get to show them, all the different things that we have. And a lot of people don't know about the proximity to so many different outdoor recreation and things like that. But in addition to real estate, I'm also a mom. I have a little girl. She's about 20 months old, so coming up on 2 years already. And husband, I have some family in the area. And I have a couple other business endeavors that I do as well. And Jennifer?
I'm Jennifer Bandy, and I have lived in Farmington roughly 30 years. Have a long time family history here, and I started my career in banking and finance. I was in banking first and then went into sales pretty quickly thereafter. I went into automotive industry for total of 15, 16 years, and then took a little break, went to corporate America, worked in oil and gas, and then had always thought about real estate. Finally took classes and passed my exam. I've been in real estate a little over a year, had a pretty good first year. I'm proud of it. I am wife to Jared, and I have 2 boys that are in middle school. They're the light of my life. They are 12 and 14, Griffin and Garen, and I do this for them. They're my why. We get to have a little extra income, and I get to meet and talk to people, which is my favorite thing, and look at houses and look at all the new houses and the old houses and all the houses and all the ones I want to see. And it's just been the funnest experience so far.
Amen, sister. I love that. Hi, everybody. I'm Adriana Meek. I go by Adri Meek just because it's easier, I feel. I am the newest of these beautiful ladies. I got my license in May of 2025, middle of May. And I just feel like this is what I meant to do. I love to meet new people. I love to talk. I can talk, you guys. I mean, I will sit here and talk your ear off. I feel everybody always just says that I have a way with making them feel comfortable. And I feel like I can do that in this business, and I can, help people along the way with finding their forever home. I also have a thing for interior design. I love just seeing how things can come together and how every single thing has potential. And so I'm also a wife to Mike Meek. We have 4 beautiful kids together. We are a blended family. And so our kids are from 17 to 1. We have a little 1.5-year-old. He's my little associate because he comes everywhere with us. And we are just busy. I used to do pharmacy. I did pharmacy for 12 years, and it was near and dear to my heart. I met some amazing people who will always have a special place in my heart, but it was time to move on, and I'm excited to kind of just grow in this community and to get to know people and help people. So welcome. We're happy to have you guys.
Yeah, awesome. I think we all come from a little different backgrounds, but have the commonality of real estate, and we're excited to share that with everybody. Local life and listings really was just an idea that I had. I don't know where it came from, guys. I was thinking of like, what would be fun? How can we advertise differently? How can we spotlight our community? And I think I was on my way to a realtor open house or something, and I was leaving, and I passed Shelby and Jennifer in our car, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to voice message them right now. And I did. And then, within a couple weeks, couple months, here we are. We put it together, and we do want to give a special thanks to Shelby Allen, who is our managing director at Coldwell. She has helped put all this together and
She's
really
great.
been a just wonderful addition.
Yes.
And behind the scenes, she's been awesome.
She's our
So,
hype girl.
Yes,
Very big
absolutely.
hype girl.
This episode, we're going to dive into just setting goals with, it's January. We have a new year ahead of us. Setting goals and how we're going to have success and how you guys can have success. And we're just going to let it flow. This is not scripted, so enjoy.
Yeah, I feel like January is the perfect time to get to where you want to be at the end of the year. I feel like that's just the tone setter to having a great year. I don't know what you guys do, but I feel like setting personal goals and then business goals has helped me in my business aspect and even in life a lot more than what it has in the future, like in the past. And so I think one time, I think it was when we did our business planning at the beginning of the year last year, Shelby was like, why don't you just jot down some goals? And I will be happy to say I've met all of them but one. So
That's amazing.
I think it's very positive and a good way to look back on those and be like, oh my gosh, I checked that one off. I checked that one off. And even just giving yourself little rewards down the line when you do meet those goals has helped tremendously. So
Totally.
No, absolutely. I feel with like your goals. So with me being so brand new in this industry, I was like, okay, so Shelby, of course. And when I say this, you guys, I say this to everybody. Everybody needs a Shelby in their
Yes.
corner because she is just, there's a lot of contracts, important contracts, legal contracts. It's like people's livelihood are in your hands. And she teaches you those from like beginning to end. And so I too, I had goals to meet. And I was like, okay, I at least want to sell 3 homes by the end of the year. That was my first goal. And I've sold 2. And I was like, well, no, I want to go further. I want to sell 1 million by December, not my first year, just by December. And so I feel like even if you don't meet your goals, January is a nice way to kind of just restart and refresh and just say, okay, well, I could do this. And it's, because real estate is just so up and down.
It is. I think that for me personally, I love the new year because I think it's a fresh restart and it's a good time to clean out my closets and clean out the kids' closets and get rid of old crap that we don't need anymore. And I love that even in business. I'm going to put away an old file that maybe I was holding on to. Maybe there's an attachment there for some reason, so I might move that to the back of my stack. But I definitely write down my goals. I've done that for years. I think that there's a lot to manifesting, seeing it, believing it, living it, and doing everything you can to achieve it. Looking at those goals daily, sometimes multiple times a day when you're having bad days, and keeping it at the forefront of your mind. That's like the biggest part. So I do calendar blocking.
Yeah.
I use some planners. I do calendar blocking, and I'll every morning take a little bit of time to just kind of look at my day and And am I where I'm at supposed, where I'm supposed to be with my goals, or what do I need to do to get there, and who can I call, and what can I drum up? I mean, it's always the hustle is always within us, I think. So I love the new year because I love a fresh start.
Yeah, I agree with that. I am totally with you, Jennifer. I am a planner. And when I say planner, like literally hands-on planner, like I've got to write everything down.
Yes.
If it's not written down, it's not happening for me. So I keep like super organized by, planning out the year even. With one of my businesses outside of real estate, I've already gone through where we've set monthly management meetings. And it's just something that keeps me, organized. I know what's coming, but back to what you guys were saying, like just reflecting on what you've accomplished, then looking forward and setting those new goals, new achievements, but looking at how I'm going to do that. What habits do I need to have in place? What do I need to be doing daily, weekly to achieve those and actually move forward? Because there's always so much that you can do, but it's really easy. And I think all of us can relate. Mom's life, everything. There's always things that come up and interrupt your plan. And sometimes your day gets like totally dismantled. But then, the next day you can have a fresh start. And, I didn't get this knocked off my list, or I didn't get this completed. Well, you can start over and move on and start fresh the next day. That's kind of how I operate. Sometimes the day doesn't go as planned, but just pushing that to the next thing and making sure I still stay on track and get those things done. So my little planner, which I actually have right here. The
I
Day
love
Designer
that.
is my go-to. It has a things to do list. They have really cute designs. But it also has hourly. So, I can set in every meeting by the hour, to-do list. You can write little personal notes in there, and it's my savior.
I feel like I will probably get one of those because I never even knew
Same.
there was a planner by like the hour, and I feel like I need that
Post-it
because
notes
if you
everywhere.
look at my phone, there's like 10 million alarms reminding me of what I need to do, and I'm like, I feel like I need to get more on track with writing it down because, like you said, if you don't write it down, it's probably not gonna happen, and so, yeah, I feel like I will probably be looking into a planner like that.
I think there's something to writing it down because it sticks in your
Oh, yeah.
memory more. For
Yeah.
me, that's what it is for me. So I definitely write everything down. I have a Levenger planner, but that's what I've stuck with for years. But I also just got a Skylight. That's called Skylight calendar.
Oh, you lucky.
So I'm hoping to sync
Ooh.
up all of my calendars
Mhm.
because I have about 15.
Yeah.
Is that like an online, like
It's an
a,
electronic calendar, and then you can sync your Google calendars and your Apple calendars, all of your calendars to one place. And then everybody in your family has a different color. The kids can go in
Mhm.
on their app and enter their game or their,
That
their
seems
program.
very
Nice.
organized
I have to
because I
have that.
know my
You have to
husband
have
and
that.
I sometimes don't communicate as well on he has this going on, I have this. And then all of a sudden the day comes and he's like, tells me about something we have coming up and I have no idea. And I'm like, well, I have this. So that sounds
You're
awesome.
going by yourself. Sorry.
Yeah, because we tend to forget to communicate some of our commitments to each other.
Yeah.
So that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Everybody has the app on their phone. I love that.
yes, no, and I feel like for me, I'm trying to be more tech savvy. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys are very tech savvy, but
I'm not like that.
I'm
at all.
learning.
You saved me yesterday.
It's learning. When I say learning, very heavy on the learning, but it's getting better, guys. And so I feel like that's a great way to start is the Skylight. And then, but I do love yours as well. So I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. And so I love all these ideas. You guys are inspiring me. You do the whole year, you plan the whole year. I have to go by the week because my schedule is just so crazy.
Yeah,
So,
there's things that
kudos to
come
you.
up, every week, and especially with all of us in real estate, like
Yeah.
your
I
schedule
say-
changes
yeah.
by the hour, by the day sometimes. So it's always evolving, but it definitely keeps me a little more organized by having it written down. And then I don't forget because I will forget things or where I'm supposed to be or an event if it's not written down.
Yeah. I say I'm living one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. I feel like you have to as a mom and
Mm-hmm.
a real estate agent. Both are so demanding. And so it's like, you have to. I mean, I would probably lose my sanity if I was like planning months in ahead. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Um,
What about challenges? Do you guys have any challenges, like as far as like meeting our goals and things like that, both personal and both real estate related?
I don't know. I haven't set, I guess, a challenge, but kind of looking forward to 2026, I'm looking at 3 different areas. So, career, I definitely have some goals and specifics in my career I want to meet. My health, fitness has always been like one of my passions. So I always have some fitness related or just, being consistent in that aspect. And then relationships, family and friends, because I want to have balance. Because we can all
Absolutely.
get super busy very easily. And I just want to focus more this year on having balance throughout those 3 areas.
So would you say that's a resolution that you've set
Yeah.
for the
I
new
love
I
year?
that.
think I just did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys set resolutions?
I do. I
Resolution.
try to.
I think I like goals versus a resolution.
I'm the
I've
same way.
always found when people
Yeah.
make a resolution, it's that, I don't know, it's just tied to like a New Year's resolution. And
Mhm.
those always fizzle out by, even mid-January. Like I
Absolutely.
just don't feel like there's consistency tied to the word resolution. So I think setting goals. And then you mentioned in your intro, Jennifer, your why. And I think if you really look at why you're setting these goals, what you're trying to accomplish, and who that's for, what that's for, it gives you some purpose.
Totally.
Well, and I feel like they kind of go hand in hand with like resolutions and goals. And I feel like a lot of that has to do, it's all mental, like your thoughts. Our thoughts are what we speak. And I feel like as long as we try to just be positive in that aspect, then that kind of just evolves in our life as well.
I think you have to have both. I think it's goals and I do a simple resolution. Like I would like to resolve to be more empathetic or more compassionate.
You're not empathetic? Just kidding.
I can be empathetic. I also
I'm
cannot be.
It's like that women's conference we went to.
Mhm.
And it was just like, how many of you dim your light?
This is from the women's conference. Thank you, Jamie.
I love that.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jamie Church.
But what did it say? It was like, how many of you guys dim your light to make others feel comfortable?
Sure.
Mhm.
Yep.
And the whole time Jennifer's like nudging me, and I'm like, girl. And she's like, how many of you guys apologize? I will be the first to admit I apologize for nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be
All
like,
the
I'm so
time.
sorry. I don't
Yeah.
understand this, but why am I apologizing for that?
Mhm.
So it's just kind of hand in hand.
Do you guys put timestamps on your goals? Like, oh, I'm gonna try and
I feel like I stress myself out if I do that. I'm like, when it'll happen when it's meant to happen, and
Yeah.
God will make a way
Yeah.
when that happens.
I think I do kind of look at time frames, but kind of loosely. I don't, beat myself up, or I try not to if I don't meet something by then. And if you do have a time associated with a certain goal or threshold you want to meet, just looking at it, once you get to that point, if you didn't meet it, or what can you adjust to make it happen and get there. I think some of the biggest things with 2026 is just your habits. What can you do to be consistent, and then find some accountability partners or group? Like we have a great little group here at Local Life and Listings. We're always in communication, and you guys really drive me. So finding some accountability, that way you can check in with people and just stay on track.
Mhm.
And I love that it's just not all business. Like we can be, like our text message thread, you guys, if you can read that, it is
Yowza.
hilarious.
Last night
But
I was
feel
like,
that's
I
important.
am dying. I could not stop laughing. I
Yeah.
was
Well,
like,
I'm jealous
leave it
because
to
I've never
Adri.
been picked for jury duty. I don't know what I need to do. I want it so badly.
It's really
Take
fun.
mine. Take mine.
I wish.
No, but I'm really excited for 2026 and what it brings with Coldwell Banker, with you beautiful ladies, with our team, and just with, meeting new people and meeting goals and crushing it. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm ready for this, and we are going to have an episode every single month for you guys with different topics, so it's going to be fun.
We'd also like to take a moment to thank our generous sponsors, Performance Arc and Nutrimills. Nutrimills is doing a 20% off the First Form supplements. These are great supplements that will help you if fitness is one of your 2026 goals. We'd also like to thank Performance Arc, who's doing a 7-day trial. All you have to do is mention their phone number, 505-278 2236.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Local Life and Listings. We hope you join us next month. We'll have a new topic. And if you'd like to sponsor one of our episodes, please reach out to us. And if you have any local events you want mentioned either, just let us know and we'll plug those into our episodes.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you guys.